Welcome to Stef ABtv, and in this video we're going to be talking about what's next for my Abarth 124 Spider. Now, before we kick into this video, can I just say that 3 days ago it was like 25 degrees worth of heat, and right now it is freezing. I mean, I was really getting excited to have the roof down on the 124. Well, actually, let me rephrase that, because I always have the roof down. But I was really looking forward to enjoying the roof down with some warm weather for once. Instead, I'm filming again and it's freezing cold. You know, guys, one of the things that still kind of amazes me about this car is just how good it looks with the roof down. And I mean, this car, it's such a stylish design, and especially now that it's been lowered, it's got the spacers on. I mean, it's just perfect stance. Right then, let's take it for a drive. When I did the remap video, this now is pretty much the perfect setup for this car, which makes it really difficult now to kind of think, well, what's next? Because right now I've got traction control on, and actually the power is even being cut out now at around the 200 bhp mark. I'll turn the traction off. It literally is the perfect setup. So, what next? What is next for this car? Now, if I was your traditional YouTuber, I would turn around and say, oh yeah, we've got loads to do, stay subscribed, you don't want to miss what's next. Oh, it started to rain, great. But I like to be honest and transparent with you guys, because when I first got this car, I had an intention, I had an ambition to try and make this similar power setup to the Alfa Romeo 4C I had, which is around the 240 bhp mark. But as I've kind of had this car for a while, as I've started to understand the pros and cons of the 124 Spider, as I've come to understand its limitations, I don't really think I'm going to be doing anything else to the power of this car. ASBO mode activated. So for me, this car now, like I said, it's at a perfect setup. It doesn't really need much more power, because the chassis is probably about right now for the kind of power it's running. The tires are probably at their limit. You know, if you don't drive with the traction control off, you experience a number of kind of power cuts, because that extra torque is trying to send its way from the back wheels to the tarmac. I think what I could potentially do next for this car is maybe explore some wheel options, maybe get some wider wheels, which potentially will allow me to put more power down, and then maybe try and look at a bit more power. But for me, that's not really, I mean, it's not high up the agenda list, if I'm honest with you. When I had the 595 Competizione, I made it my mission to make that car 250 bhp. This car's fast enough, guys. Flippin' Nora. And I don't necessarily think that I want to go much more, because if I was to go much more than this and go for a bigger turbo, not only is it going to have to be mapped, it's going to have to be played around with significantly, because the map file, you know, it's not an easy thing to map these, as I've said. But also a turbo conversion is not going to be anything less than, you know, 3 grand. And actually I feel that by pushing this car anything more than what it is now may actually compromise the driving experience a bit. And I know that's coming from me, Mr. Stef ABtv, power hungry dude, if you like. But I genuinely do feel it, and I think that this is at the perfect setup. And I think anybody who has a 124 Spider that's thinking about, you know, where do you go with it and what's the limit, I do think that a stage 2, is this even a stage 2? I mean, a sports cat cross pipe and a remap with a BMC air filter and maybe some upgraded coil packs is probably all you need, genuinely. Now, tuners will hate me for saying that because they'll be like, no, you need to be promoting turbo upgrades, rah. But I like to be honest with you guys, and the feeling that I get from this 124 Spider now is it's done. This car is done from a power perspective, in my opinion. Now, from a cosmetic standpoint, are there things I could do? Sure, you know, I could do things like splitters, I could go for a wrap, like I said, I could maybe change the wheels a little bit, but I quite like it as it is. I love these little roads around here in the middle of the forest. They're not national speed, so I can't unleash the thunder, if you like, but it's such a nice, pleasant drive. And actually, with the roof down, I'm hearing all these great sounds as the exhaust reverberates off of the trees. And now there is another caveat in here for me, because, and this is the part where normal people would just have a car like mine right now and just be so content, so happy. But as a YouTuber, I need to kind of always keep content fresh. And then really for me now, other than really going all in and upgrading the turbo to something mental, the content on this car now is getting to a point now where it's kind of like, okay, what do I do? You know, do I and get something new, a new project to play around with? My heart tells me that I'd like to keep this a bit longer because I really want a full summer out of it. But if I told you that I wasn't thinking about what the next project could be, I would be lying. So, to kind of summarize then, guys, what's next for the 124 Spider? From a power perspective, not much. I think it's perfect. I think we're there. Like I said, it feels great, and feeling is more important than numbers. I mean, the acceleration is so solid on this car. Aesthetically, looks-wise, we've got it lowered, we've got it on spacers. It looks phenomenal. It feels phenomenal. It handles well. I think really the only thing I could probably do is maybe a couple of carbon bits here and there, but again, you know, it's not anything major. I really hope I can get away in this car for a bit of a road trip, but I have, as I've said, I have started to surf on Auto Trader and have a little think about what's within the budget and what we could do next. Now I know people are watching this going, no, Stef, what are you doing? You've only had the car 9 months or so. But this is what it's like being a YouTuber. If I don't change things up, people just leave. People stop watching stuff. And yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this car with the remap and the pops and bangs. Again, the beauty with the power gate is that I can switch the pops and bangs on and off. I can put this car back to standard very easily. It's great. I love it. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. A quick short update on where we are with the 124 Spider, what my current thought process is on it as well. If you did like it, please hit the like button and make sure to subscribe if you haven't done already. And I'll see you all very soon on the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.